concealed weapon permit, which is supposed to be legal.
This is important to you. It's important to Representative Kirby and his constituents. I think that we have the consent of the members to move this bill forward today, which was not what you were expecting. But I'm compelled, and I think that to keep this discussion moving, would the committee members would like to caucus, or would they be willing to allow a vote? I hate to move things without a caucus. However, if folks would like to move this forward for executive session, would that be acceptable? No, we'll have to have a vote. But all right, I've conferred with my ranking minority member, and we will be into executive session on House Bill 2511. Representative O'Brien.
Chairman Hurst, I move that House Bill 2511 be reported out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
It's been moved that House Bill 2511 be reported out due pass. Are there amendments?
There are no amendments.
Discussion. Representative Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to say that to those of you who gave testimony today, very well said, and I think you represent exactly the people who you're trying to represent very, very well. I will be personally voting yes for this bill today, but I want to make sure you hear from me that I do have some concerns about where we're going with this, because it was brought up by one of your members about our work against organized crime and gangs throughout the state. And in my research, there are known criminal gang motorcycle gangs throughout the continental United States. And there is solid evidence to show that on a frequency, those folks do pose a danger to community. In no way do I want you to assume that I'm putting that label on you. The chairman of this committee, myself, and many other members have worked very hard to make sure that when we talk about gang crime, it's about the criminal elements and the activities, not the people. So with that, I will be voting in support of this. I'd like to see maybe some tweaks made to this bill to make it a little bit more acceptable to some of our members who are concerned about crime and how the law enforcement safety issue is handled and those things. But again, in closing, you folks have brought forward a very thoughtful presentation, and for that I'm very thankful.
Thank you, Representative Ross, and I'll just simply echo Representative Ross's comments, both his encouragement as well as his concerns, and finding that balance. Representative Kirby.
Thank you. You know, there are people in our society who are criminals. There are people who are involved in criminal gang activity. Some of them look a particular way, and in the past we had a problem where if you were a young black man driving a nice car that you worked really hard to buy, you know, you'd be driving in a particular neighborhood and you'd get pulled over. For the same reason, that's the wrong thing to do. This is the wrong thing to do. And I think we all acknowledge that just because some people are involved in gang activity, you shouldn't, you know, pull over and harass everybody who resembles a gang member that we saw on the news or we saw on some TV show. That's why this bill needs to be passed. And I appreciate the presentation that was made today. It was worth coming down here. So thank you very much.
And with that, the clerk will call the roll, and I'm sure that you weren't expecting that you're going to... Oh, I'm sorry, Representative Clifford. I apologize.
Thank you, Chair Hurst.
Briefly, so we can move on.
Well, briefly. I will be a no today. It's been said twice now that we'd like to see this bill tweaked, and I would like to see the bill tweaked before it's exec. In other words, I could vote yes if there were some minor amendments to the bill because of the exact facts that have been stated. I am, in fact, a law enforcement officer, and I do not profile motorcyclists just because they're riding a motorcycle. I'm hoping that you left a Harley Davidson with the motorcycle 101 in my office. I'd love to have one and can't afford one. So I do not profile motorcyclists, but at the same time, there are some adjustments to this bill that would make it a little bit more palatable for law enforcement so we can still do our job and stop the criminal element and not harass those who are legally riding the motorcycles. So I'll be a no simply because of that. It just needs a little bit of amendments to make it a little bit better, and then I can support the bill wholeheartedly. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And the clerk will start the roll, starting with Representative Appleton while she's still in the room.
Appleton.
I'm sorry, say it. She said aye.
Hurst.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Pearson. Clifford.
No.
Goodman. Kirby. Ross. There's 7 aye, 1 nay, 0 excused.
Thank you. By your vote, House Bill 2511 is reported out, do pass.